Hey up YouTube, turn that off. Just wanted to sort of record a quick intro before I got to the plot because I don't want to spoil the surprise. I've been out and about this morning. I've been and got some, I don't know if you can see that, some cement, and I've also been to the family that get me the slats and posts for the fence. So I got some of that going on today. We're going to check in on the elephant garlic. I'm going to give you an update on the new stuff that's on the solar panels, that's running on the off the solar panels, and a quick sort of look at my wiring. I'm going to try and keep it as on topic and brief as possible. So we're going to do all that. I've been and got some screws, some wood, some cement. So you're going to see the last part of how I do my fence. Because I'm putting the slats on, and that's it then. Once I've done that, I might show you how I put the gate together, but you've seen me build the gate, and all I'm going to do is tack chicken wire onto that, keeps the weight low. The other side, however, the outer edge, the gate is going to be different. It's going to be I'm aiming for a concealed gate, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So today I've got a gate post going in. I might build the gate to go on the gate post. What else have I got? I've got, yeah, the solar panel update and the check-in on the elephant garlic, and I'm hopefully going to strip a bed. No kids today. They didn't want to come, and I can't blame them. The weather's terrible. So I'll roll the credits and I'll see you later. New setup, new tripod, things like that, and better lighting, as you'll see when we come back in. So what I'm going to do, I've probably already played you the time lapse. You've seen the bit of fencing that I've been doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly run you down the fence. I'm not going to do anything on the plot. There's nothing new to see. The elephant garlic isn't up yet. The saffron isn't out yet. And then we're going to come back to the shed. The shed's a mess, but I'm running out of time, so I did want to tidy up before I showed you, but you know, I don't have time. So I'm going to walk you down the fence, show you what I've been up to. It's as wonky as the rest, so, you know, keeping with tradition. And then I'm going to come back up. I'm going to show you the lighting and the batteries and the inverter, a bit of wiring. I've been asked a few questions on YouTube, so yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take you off the tripod, take you down the fence, bring you back up. Hopefully, like I said, I've probably already played you the time lapse. If not, the time lapse will be on next, of sort of, because a lot of people like that. So that'll be on next, or it's already been on, and then we're coming back up, so I'll see you in a bit. So as you'll have seen, in the time lapse, or not, that some lights are on between myself and the gentleman next doors. I'm literally going to cheat. We're not zoomed in at all. All I've done is, as I did on the front, screw there, screw down there, nice and solid, all the way down, piece of about 2 inches in between, so a block of wood, you'll see me use it on and off, and then the occasional check with the spirit level to make sure that we're all running straight up and down. And as you can see, we've got the starts of a fence. These boards were given to me by the wood supplier. Unfortunately, they're about half a foot to a foot shorter than the boards that are on, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with them. I might use them in the bits that you can't see up behind the fence, up behind the shed and things like that. We'll see, because the fence is to keep the dog in, really, and if it's not deep enough, then it's kind of pointless. Strawberries still doing well. I'm not having a walk around, I'm just following the path. More strawberries. As I said, nothing on the elephant garlic yet. This is the bed that I expect to show up first because it's got the loosest soil. So yes, there's the chickens. They're pretty much stopped laying for the winter now. Just to be expected, really. The weather all of a sudden. Look, new tripod. Anyway, it's kind of in the way actually, so let's move this out of the way. So, what have I been up to in here? Well, I was going to say I've got electricity, but I didn't turn it on. Oh, I did turn it on, but it's not plugged in. So, what I'm fanning about with under here, I'll show you. Sorry about all the dodgy camera work, but it's not that easy to do. So under here, I got a 2000 watt inverter bolted to the work table. 2000 watt, I got that because it will power my circular saws, my mains tools, which is kind of what I wanted. So as you can see now, that's now charging. Ooh, naughty slug pellets. No, that's an empty tub, so I use it for keeping things in. I don't throw away any plastics. Look, solo cups that we use for drinks with the kids, I've now got, they are arrowroot seeds, or seed heads, nasturtium seeds, and then I've got some pom-pom, magnolias? No, they're magnolias. Oh, the name escapes me. Marigolds. So, as you've seen, sorry, under here we've got the inverter, which is running directly off the batteries down here. It's not running off the solar power controller. I've now got both batteries hooked up in parallel. Solar power controller, nothing really has changed. Let me just get these USBs out of the way. Nothing really has changed here, apart from the addition of these wires here, which I thought I'm going to show you them briefly. They'll probably strobe. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, fancy schmancy. Just back out so you can see. I now have some lights in the shed. As I've said in the Facebook group, all this is just test fit for when I build my custom shed. And then all this wiring, everything like that, is all going to be tucked away, hidden away inside the walls as it would in a house. I'm not too bothered about doing that now because hopefully the new shed's going to be going up in the next month. But you can see, I mean, these solar charts, they're bare. Solar panels, you can see, I mean, we're in October now and it's incredibly grey out there. Between my camera chargers and the lights, I'm actually not losing any power out of the batteries. The only power I'm losing out of the batteries is to the inverter. You know, I've got a charge current of 0.4 amps and an output current of 0.4 amps. So I'm quite impressed with that for this time of year. I'm more than happy with that. But I'll just run you through these lights. It's a cheapy truck light kit off Amazon. So what we've got, yes, I know that some of these are probably wired the wrong way around, but who cares as long as I know what they are and they work. So what we've got is positive, negative running directly off there, which gives me control here. There is going to be a fuse box and things like that installed. Goes up to the wires. Now these wires are wired in, I'll try and show you this are wired in parallel. So I couldn't just power one end and close off the other end. I've had to power both ends. So if I come up here, hopefully you guys can see that. I'm not showing it too long. You see there's a wire on top of the wire that's actually got the lights on. There's a wire running parallel, and all that is the power wire from the opposite end of the string of lights running all the way back. That's why there's two sets of wires here that go down and loop up and come into here. So yeah, I'm mighty impressed at the moment. I'm mighty happy. I've been doing a bit of housekeeping on the wiring, so sort of down here on my battery terminals, I've soldered all the wires up to make them a solid wire to give me a much better connection. I've been shrink wrapping wires. Say I used nearly a full tube of solder on that wire, but it's worth it. Solder isn't exactly expensive. But yeah, that's about it. It's not been hard. It's not been a difficult project. Putting the lights in took me all of about 20 minutes. Once I figured out how the lighting was supposed to work. The inverter, the only thing about it was where I've decided to put it. Aside from that, read the instructions. One thing it does say is to expect a bit of arcing when you first wire it up, and that's the quick draw of the capacitors charging. I've not tested it at capacity yet. I've only been using it to charge things down here. So yeah, that's all I've been up to. There's not a lot going on down on the plot. I'm hoping to sort of, obviously, 3 or 4 weeks time, I don't know where we are in October, and I don't know when this is going to get published. I mean, we are on the 6th of October today. So in a month's time, pretty much, is bonfire night. So hopefully I'll be burning off all the scrap wood. I'll be sorting out the bonfires. I'm going to have a little chat on YouTube about responsibility, checking for hedgehogs, things like that. It's important. Hedgehogs are good for allotment holders. And then I'm going to be setting up the bonfires. I'm going to be burning off the bonfires, and then there'll be a big push to borrow a rotavator to get the entire place rotavated and recovered and reshut down for winter. But in with that rotivation, I want to extend my paths out. Bit of weeding, but I'll time lapse all that. I will be recording all that because it's, you know, it's handy to know, and it's how I do things. Not everybody rotavates, but I do. And then I'll be getting membrane down on the paths, and hopefully a few ton of wood chip then to replace everything, because as I've said many times, all those compost bins down the bottom end, they're all coming down. They're all getting burnt. And then hopefully there'll be a little seating area going in down there, but we'll have to see. So yes, until next time, I'll see you later. I don't think I've got anything else to cover at home. Nope, so I'll see you later. Bye bye.